How millennials could make the Fed's job harder. Washington, they say millennials are lazy, billboards plastered across 15 major cities declared last summer. Retire early and prove them right. That sentiment, reflected in ads for the investment manager Prudential, is the stuff of a 30-year-old's fantasy, and the Federal Reserve's nightmare. A young generation of aggressive savers could leave central bankers with less room to cut interest rates, which they have long done to boost growth in times of economic trouble. To leave the workforce early, millennials would need to build up massive retirement funds and consume less in the process. That hit to demand could slow growth and force rates to drop ever lower to entice spending. And if today's workers actually managed to retire young, it would exacerbate the situation by shrinking the labor force, further weighing on the economy's potential. Millennials, who are roughly between the ages of 24 and 39 and have not lived through pronounced price spikes, already have the lowest inflation expectations of any adult generation. Their belief that costs will not increase could eventually slow actual price gains by making it hard for businesses to charge more. The Fed's main interest rate includes inflation, so that would leave it with even less room to cut. It may not come to this. Millennials could become more worried about inflation as they age, giving companies more room to lift prices. Their difficult post-recession entry into the labor market means many are laden with student debt, so it's unclear if they will be able to retire young. But many indicate that they want to leave the workforce early, an ambition that economists say could spell macroeconomic trouble if realized. It would lower interest rates, that's certainly true, said Joseph Gagnon, an economist at the Peterson Institute for International Economics. It would be a double whammy. It directly raises savings and it would further reduce the need to invest in factories and offices for these people. Interest rates have been falling for decades, and demographics are a major factor in that decline, economists say. Once people are past middle age, they are living longer without working correspondingly later in life, so they have been saving heavily to fund extended retirements. Millennials, already accused of killing everything from paper napkins to mayonnaise, would happily exacerbate the drop in interest rates, which baby boomers have driven to date. Of millennial workers with an active 401k, 43% expect to retire before the age of 65, based on data from T. Rowe Price. For Generation X, often defined as those aged 40 to 55, that figure is 35%. While the T. Rowe Price survey targeted a privileged group, broader polls have turned up similar findings. Members of Gen X are short on savings, so they may need to work further. And to for more on this story, visit the news article link.